Welcome back, everybody. Let's get started by hitting that like button, and also if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And those of you returning, I thank you for coming back for another video. Let's get started. Alright, so today we'll be making these pins. They are 2 1/4 inch pins. They are for a 50th birthday party. And this is super easy to do. The only thing that you need, of course, is the pins. I will drop the link in the description box. And of course, you'll need a good paper, a thick paper like a cardstock, and also the Cricut software. You do not necessarily need the Cricut machine for this here, because you can use a scissors if it came to it. However, the Cricut software is how I got the sizing perfect. So here I am exporting the picture from my desktop, and I'm going to go ahead and do it as just a simple image and crop it just a little bit because my client sent me a picture of a picture. So I am cropping out the frame. I've reached the point now where I'm just going to name it. I always name my projects the name of the client just to keep track. And then we'll get started on the project. So now here we've reached the point where we're going to take the picture that we uploaded and insert it into our project. So that's what I'm doing here. My computer was just a little bit slow. So here we are. And then now, because the pins are circles, I will go ahead and just put a circle from the shapes option, and they are 2 1/4 inch in size. So I'm actually going to take that 1/4 inch out, and I'm going to make that circle just an even 2 inches to make sure that it fits perfect. Now I did skip and jump into the second cut. I did not like the way I cut it on the first one, but I didn't want to lose it in case I decided that was the option I wanted to go with. So I did do it a second time. All I'm doing here is taking the circle and I'm placing it over the part of the face that I wanted it to have in the circle. Okay, so now that I found my comfort zone, I went and put the circle perfectly where I wanted it, and then I hit the slice button. And as you see from the 2 pictures, I like the one on the right more because it does show a little bit more of the hair, which defines the face just a little more clearly. So I did go to where the client was messaging me, and I found the text that she wanted. And it is important, people, to always copy and paste the text that your client sends you so that you don't make any spelling errors. And that's what I'm doing here. And I don't ever get direction from this client in particular. She trusts my work and she tells me just to do my thing. So I play around with fonts and colors, and I just really just choose what looks good to me. And so far she has not been disappointed, so I am happy about that. So here, like I said, you'll see that I'm just playing with different fonts and shapes and sizes and the placement, and that is something that I have come to learn with time. And of course, this is something that you'll have to learn over the duration of your experience with the Cricut software. But that's to come in later videos or from other YouTubers if that's something you want to do. So here, I did take a larger circle and I downsized my actual image. So the larger circle I put to 2 inches like I had originally put the picture of the young child in the image, and I centered it by using the align option. So I did center that picture, and I brought over the text, which I had already curved. For those of you who do not know how to curve the text, you simply go to the curve option and toggle the line left or right depending upon which way you want your image or text to curve. So that's what I did here. I'll bring it just a little closer. And this is a screen record, so please forgive the fogginess of the image. But like I said, you just take the image and you size it appropriately. and you use the curve option to get that perfect symmetrical curve with the text that you choose. Now keep in mind, this is a pro tip. If you weld or change a text image, it will not be able to curve. So only curve it while it is still in the original form of the text. You can also curve duplicates, but you cannot curve it once you welded it or made a significant change to the text. So here you'll see I'm playing around with it and I'm trying to find my perfect placement, and eventually I do. So like I mentioned before, this client in particular does not give me any direction because she trusts my work. So I get to choose colors, font, everything, even the design, and I love it. Sometimes it does result in so much extra work, but I don't mind because I do love satisfying my customers. This is something that I very much enjoy doing. I have been doing this on the side as well as t-shirts and phone cases, dog tags for almost 5 years. So this is something that I love to do. Now I have concluded that this is the design I want. Yes, so I'm going to select the whole thing and then I will flatten it. That's what that little button is down at that right hand side. It says flatten, and that is how you get one solid image that will not move around on the mat. So I did put it to see that it fit on the mat, and then I went back and I duplicated the image 7 times because the client wanted 7 pins. So that's all there is to it in the design process. You go ahead and print those out, and of course you just hit send to printer, and you take that bleed off. You do not want the bleed because sometimes in a cut image on a cardboard paper or a cardstock, it will ruin the image. So you don't want to do that, and then you just send it to the aftermarket printing options. That's when this will pop up. Play around with your features. You want it to be perfect and high quality when it prints. So just print and boom, there you got it. We'll put that on our cutting mat and boom, put it on that Cricut machine. Again, like I said, totally able to cut perfect circles with the scissors if you don't have a Cricut machine. And you do not need a Cricut machine to download the Cricut software. So don't let that stop you from using the Cricut software. You totally don't need the machine, but it does get you well trained for when you do get the Cricut machine, because it will definitely pay off as a side hustle. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. It is some good money in side hustles. So here you have it. We have reached our final step. All you have to do here now is just go ahead and pop that in there. Make sure it is perfect, it fits well. Of course, sometimes you can make it just a little bit bigger if you want to, but I wanted it to fit and not have that bulkiness from having been shoved in there. Now you got to make sure that that pin is at the top. So the top of the image, you will also want the pin on the opposite side to be at the top of the image. So you'll even that out. Sometimes it requires just a little finagling, and then you'll press it in. These pins are super easy to work with. You literally only need a printer and a scissor to really do it. And then boom, you've got yourself some awesome 2-inch pins. And I just went ahead and finished up those 7 for my client. And they come with these cute little plastic wrappers, and you shove them in there and you package them up real nice. Always include a business card. Send them off to your client, and she will bring you, or he will bring you, clients and clients and clients to come. This is a side hustle that is worth the $200 investment for a Cricut machine. Go ahead, do it. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching, and please come back for my next video. Thanks, y'all.